I have a very fun and interesting timeshare related travel hack that I want to share with you. And this happened during our vacation at Hilton Grand Vacation Resort right here, Cabo Azul, Hilton Vacation Club. And we stayed here for a total of 6 nights. And I would have to say that this is one of the best resorts that we ever stayed. And here's the story. So we initially booked for 3 nights, and during our day number two, I noticed that there's a voice message left on our hotel phone. And when I picked up and listened to the message, it said, "Well, we have a Mexican gift. Please come pick it up at concierge." So I got there, and they gave me a couple shot glasses, and they told me about timeshare. So if I participated in what they call no pressure timeshare, I would get either $250 worth of free food or points that I can use to book 3 free nights. 3 free nights. That sounds pretty good. And they told me that it would take them about 90 minutes to do the full presentation. So I was thinking, well, I paid about $900 to stay here a night. And 3 nights is going to be about $2,700 in booking fee that I can save. So that's pretty darn good deal for 90 minutes of my commitment. So if this plan worked out, well, that's pretty darn good deal. Additionally, I had always wanted to know, like, why these people, smart people, they buy these timeshares. I've never met anyone who said good things about timeshare, like praised or recommended other people to buy timeshare. So as a person in real estate sales, I'm a realtor, and there must be a lesson to be learned, right? Maybe I learned something that's helped my career as salesperson. So I had wanted to have a experience myself. So I signed up and told my wife that, well, we both have to attend as a couple. That's a requirement. And when I went back to the hotel room, I told my father-in-law, yeah, this could be a potentially a great deal. And he told me that, well, he's been to many timeshare presentations, and every time they made him feel really, really bad. So he was like, okay, good luck. And I was like up for the challenge. So my wife and I met up with this timeshare salesperson, whom I'll call Marucha. And he told me that he's a real estate developer and broker in town. He showed me that he's working on 22,000 square feet property. So nice looking dude, well spoken, which is what I expected, right? He's a salesperson and it's hard to sell timeshare. So I told him that, well, I'm in real estate, I'm a realtor, as a way for me to say that no, don't bullshit me, right? So we sat down in a cubby with my wife and I, and there's several other, mostly elderly couple, and looked so mesmerized, interested. So we were like, okay, let's get things started. So the first question they asked was, how many times do we go on vacations? So I have to kind of quickly make up some numbers. I told them we spend about $6,000 per like 1 week trip on average, and we do about 3 times a year. And then he asked, like, where do you guys go? Where did you guys go? So I said Hawaii, Costa Rica, and Korea. Um, he was collecting data to use to convince that timeshare is a good investment. So on the computer screen, so he showed us like many, many Hilton properties, like thousands of them across the world on a global map. And then he pinpointed dozens of properties in Hawaii and one property in Costa Rica. Not sure why. He didn't even show any properties in Korea because probably he didn't know what to do with that information. And he told us that, yeah, we can book the timeshare points to book any of these resort for several weeks. And he showed me one particular Hilton property in Waikiki, which would normally cost $1,500 a night. And he told me that, yeah, with 8,000 points during semi-peak season, you can book for about a week. And then after he showed us that there's so many options, he offered us a array of timeshare points options. So the most way we can purchase was 100,000 points, which he told me that it's really not necessary to have this many points. And the lowest one was about $5,000. And then he told us that each point is about 11 bucks. So I did a math real quick. So if you bought 8,000 points, it's going to be about $90,000 in fee for lifetime access to Hilton properties, and we would get 8,000 points. He told me that most people in 3 years of timeshare ownership, they upgrade. So, we don't have to spend a lot of money up front. So he added that if we upgraded, we will get our investment rolled over to the new deal, and all we have to do is pay the difference. And I asked him, okay, what if you wanted to sell? He told me that there's going to be about 20% in commission in sale. And I asked him like specific question, like, okay, what if we sold our 8,000 points that we purchased? Say that we had it, how much would we get back? And that question like stumped him because he didn't really know exactly how to calculate the fair market value of our 8,000 points. So he sweated a little bit, he got stumped, and eventually he told us that we'll get about 60-70% of our money back. Good information for us to have. So after this, at this point, um, he took us on a tour to what turned out to be the best unit of the resort, which I later found out that they used in filming their proportional like marketing piece, right? So it's 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom, like beautiful villa, top floor with breathtaking view of the ocean and private elevator. And he asked me, well, how much, do you think this is gonna cost to rent? I told him like maybe 2,500. He said yes, and you can book this unit for 1 week with 8,000 points. So I was like, wow, that's a pretty good deal. So after that, we came back down to the cubby and started to talk again. So I asked him a few more questions with hope that he gets stumped again. Um, so I asked him like, okay, what if I buy the timeshare? What's going to happen? What would I get? So he said, we're going to get a fractional ownership of the trust that provides access to the Hilton property across the world. And I asked him, okay, is there any other cost? And he told me that there's a HOA fee, which is about $1,400 a year, and it goes up about 1% a year. Not bad. And then real negotiations started. And he left the cubby, and he came back in about 5 minutes. And he came back with his manager, just like in car sales. Manager always shows up with the paper with the offer. And the first offer that we received was about $55,000, which was better than the figure that I had in mind. Um, so he was like, yeah, you guys are first time timeshare uh, uh, presentation, and we want to give you the best deal. So of course I said no, because that was a plan from the beginning. And he asked me why. He wanted to kind of respond to the reasons why I would object to this amazing deal. So I told him that there are 3 reasons that I can think of. One was I didn't want to be attached to Hilton brand for our vacation in the future. We want to be flexible. We do Airbnb. And that was our first reason. And second one was we don't really stay at a hotel all day because we are usually out and about. So it's really not necessary for us to stay at a nice property. And then three, we go to Costa Rica all the time, annually, and you guys only have one property over there. So it's not going to work out. So he did his best to respond to my objections as he was taught to, uh, deal with objections. And he did his best to, respond and give us reason why these objections are not valid. So he said something like, well, we have, many partners around the globe and you guys can use the points to book their hotels. And these are the list of hotels that you guys can book and all across the world. What was surprising was that he really didn't respond to my other two objections about not spending all day in our hotel and Costa Rica. So he kind of screwed up on this. So when I continued to decline, I was like firm with my objection and declining his offer. He just left us again, and they came back in a few minutes with the second offer, which was $60,000, 60% less than the initial offer. So it was about $30,000. So when I looked at the deal, it actually looked pretty darn appealing, and kind of understood why people end up buying timeshares. Because, when I looked at Hilton Waikiki, it would generally cost about $600 a night. So 6 nights, no, 7 nights, $600 a night. So that's about 5 grand, right? If I use timeshare 6 times, so 5 grand times six, that's $30,000. That's what the offer. Essentially, I made my money back. So, but then my mission was to decline every single offer. So I continued to decline. Nope, nope. This is not the right option for us. And then he asked me some weird question like, hey, what would you do if I could not go on a vacation ever again? I don't know what the heck he was going with this question. I said, I don't know. Like, I could decline his offer. I don't know. And he really didn't have much thing to say to my I don't know answer. And he kept on trying to selling. And I said, no, no, no. I respectfully decline your offer without giving him any reason to respond. And he looked upset and he said, okay, well, I'll let you guys check out. And what happened after that was interesting. So a lady, young lady, attractive lady with big boobs showed up. And what's funny is that when I told my father-in-law that we're gonna go on a timeshare presentation, he warned us about this lady with big boobs. He's been to many timeshare presentations during his lifetime, and he told me that there's always a lady with big boobs who would come eventually to sell something. And here she was. She actually came to salvage the deal. So what she offered was a VIP status. What that means is we have 18 months to still consider and buy the timeshare offer, which was about $30,000. And we would get 11,000 points for only 1,700 bucks. That math really didn't add up because based on my math, 11,000 points could be worth way over $10,000. How's this making deal? I mean, how's this making sense, right? Because we paid 800 bucks or 900 bucks a night, and we can stay at a place like this for you know, more than 10 days, or other resorts that are even more expensive. So I said, well, something's not right. So I continued to decline, and eventually she let us go. And the whole thing took us about hour and a half max, right? So as a result of our timeshare participation, we actually got 3 nights free here. So we extended our 3 night stay to 6 night stay. And the 3 nights were worth about, we pay 900 bucks a night. So about $2,500, which was a darn good deal. So here's the bottom line and my recommendation. So if you have guts to say no, actually several no's, to these well-crafted sales pitch, and an attractive lady with big boob try to pitch what sounds like a good deal, and you got 90 minutes to invest, you could potentially get many free hotel nights, which could be worth thousands of dollars. So you may try this tactic yourself next time and get some money out of it. So good luck.